Right. Good afternoon. I have had like this weird voice thing. It's so weird. Oh, you know what? I really like this one. Okay, I'm gonna listen to this one. All right, guys. Good afternoon. This is High Priestess Jamila. I will not be here long for this one. But I wanted to come and speak about some stuff when it comes to men and women and um sex, relationships, and what it is that we're dealing with and why women are the way that they are and why I understand. And for the most part, I am on the side of the woman as long as she's not attacking other women. That's where the problem comes in. But I was watching somebody talk about the Cardi B video with Megan Thee Stallion. And there was an interview that was done. There was a young lady that was saying that they did that to liberate women. Now, this is my true opinion of this. Women will stop being the way that they are when men stop being the way that they are. We are the way that we are because of the way y'all are. So when it comes to saying that they're sexually liberating the woman, it is because the fantasy that men created around love and dating and relationships was really, to me, it seems like it hasn't always been a fantasy. It hasn't always been unattainable, but chivalry is dead. Okay. And men killed it. So when you think about it, when a woman says, I'm going to tax you and make you pay, it is because so many of you men make it difficult for women to survive. Half of y'all running around here screwing several women at one time. You ain't did nothing for those women. And then what a lot of black men do is they will come and stalk you at work and spread rumors and talk about you. So, for example, all that love stuff is good, but we have to survive. And a lot of you men, y'all think that women are just like when you come on YouTube, every woman on YouTube is not here to date you. Every woman in social media is not here for you to fall in love. And every woman was not born to be a virgin until she got married to her husband. Some women don't even want that. For whatever reason that they have made the decision they don't want that, or they feel they don't need that, you men don't have the right to judge women and say, oh, well, you're not trying to get married and act like the perfect virgin, so you're shit. And that's what's irritating about you men. So yeah, you're going to see that a lot. You're going to see that a lot. And I think that if you are dealing with a woman that is a professional, she's going to say, okay, run me my money. A woman that's more of the softer approach, she's going to say, I want a man to take care of me. Yeah, that's the truth. Okay. And you know what? That is one of the reasons why I said I don't want to date a man that cannot pay my rent or my bills. He's got to have something to at least pay my rent and my bills, because you men don't seem to understand that us women, we don't want to live out on the streets. We like our comfort. And I'm sorry, especially in the black community, black men, I'm sorry. Look, Y'all cultivate hoes. In fact, y'all do everything to y'all daughters that will turn them into one. You create insecurities. You're judgmental of women. The kids don't want to talk to you and tell you nothing because they can't talk to you because, they know you're going to get upset. So when they say that they're liberating women now, I think that the title of the dude's video was very misleading, to say the least, the one that I looked at that made me come on here. But I had an aunt, and before she died, she was totally disturbed by my relationships because she felt like my man didn't do enough for me. She was really disturbed by that. She was like, and she was one of the main people, but see, I didn't learn to listen to her until I were old enough. And see, a lot of us women made the mistake of procreating with people that didn't have nothing, but that was the statistic. So I think that as a whole world, we have to change, but we're going to keep our security. Okay. And you guys will come and try to ravish us, take everything, steal from us. Look, y'all need to stop doing women wrong. Stop being disrespectful. That's why I was saying a black man can't complain about a black woman calling him a fag or a pussy if you sitting up there calling her a bitch and a hoe. I don't know where you thought you was at, but not even over in Africa would you get away with that. So for some reason, these men think that women are supposed to bow at their feet. They're extremely disrespectful. A woman should get paid for putting up with you men. Y'all should pay us by the hour. Y'all should pay us by the second. You know what you do? You go and you get in the same positions as us and you take our money, and we don't even get paid as much as y'all do. And you know what? Hey, listen, I'm not complaining. I'm just trying to open up your eyes. I mean, you can sit up here and run around in confusion all you want. But, and it's not that I'm saying I'm going to charge you at the door, but, y'all do extra stuff and you leave a woman high and dry, and then y'all go live and say, she can't feed her kids. You as a man should never be talking about what a woman can't do that you're not willing to do for her. We don't know what kind of men you are. We know that chivalry has died. And that's why more people are starting, more women are lesbian, because they figure, luck of the draw, you'll get a man that just either can't handle it or, I don't see the big deal. I mean, life could be easy if you make it that way, but you men make it harder. Then you got to look at inflation. Okay, if you go to the supermarket, you're going to have to spend at least $8 for a 5-pound little bitty chicken to cook for your family. So y'all done inflated everything, made everything expensive. Okay, so when you guys decide that you're going to act like divine masculines, then everything will fall into place. Otherwise, women have to have some kind of defense mechanism. Now, that music video disturbed me because the music video within itself was sort of disturbing. And I think that it was because it looked like it was geared toward young girls. I will say that. However, what are we supposed to do? Raise our daughters to be subservient to a bunch of men that don't know how to act? Would you want your daughter being subservient and being attacked by a man that is evil, disrespectful, and cruel? Well, I mean, Rush C says whatever, but why do y'all immediately try to destroy us as y'all you already wasn't doing them. We was already giving you freebies and coupons. Why do y'all walk away and decide I'm going to try to destroy her? So that's why women want to charge you in advance. $7. Mm-mm. Oh, you talking about the woman can? Well, yeah, but y'all are supposed to do that. Why are you worried about the money? What are you counting? I don't like cheap men. I'm sorry. I'm allergic. I am allergic to cheap men. I don't. And I don't understand why y'all counting. Like when I'm with my friends or my loved ones, I'm spending money if I have the extra. So I'm not worried about it. Like, are y'all counting? Y'all keeping track or something? Like, I don't understand. You are doing those things to help make the connection. That's why I don't pay for nothing. I go out with a man, I ain't paying for nothing. It's a lot of women that will pay, and I guess that's supposed to be liberating, but you got to understand that maybe another woman of another, I'm sorry, black women, we don't work that way. Most of us, most women don't work that way. Well, women are never broke. We're women. I don't know what you're talking about, broke. If a woman has any kind of economic situation, trust me, it was created for her either by her father or her husband or her ex-husband. Okay? You men are the ones that are supposed to be taking care of us, right? Those of us that go out there and we make our money on our own, and there's a lot of women that make their money selling their body. Who are you to be somebody that buys these women but then complain about it? You men have created this environment. You created that whore and pimp relationship. And most of the time, y'all expect us women to be out there giving y'all $1 million worth, but yet we sitting at home pulling our hair out and y'all laughing. I would never deal with a man that calls a woman broke. There are certain red flags that I notice about men. First of all, when y'all see women on welfare and y'all see those women that they show on TV, poor women, a man should never say nothing about a poor woman. Nothing. Like, you literally run the risk of making yourself look like the weakest loser on the planet. So I'm sorry, when y'all do that, that don't ride, and it don't ride very well with the spirits. Also picking on people that are poor. Okay, now if poor people are picking on you and bothering you, then that's a different story. No man should ever call a woman broke or shame a woman, especially being that women are the ones that we primarily fit the bill, put forth the bill. We are the ones that are typically taking care of those children. And men that y'all have consistently failed when it, so I'm sorry. And you know what, you men that are like that, you can have an opinion of what I'm saying all you want, but I don't have to deal with a man like you either, do I? Do I have to deal with a man like you? And usually if look, if a man is calling a woman broke, means he's broke. You ain't seen no man with money calling a woman broke ever. Ever. You don't see that. You know why? Because he has money. So he has no reason to look down upon someone less fortunate. If anything, a man with money can give a woman thousands of dollars per month and just give it to her. Okay? Well, it's okay for y'all to disagree, but I'm just telling you the way men have treated women. That's why I don't mind doing domination love spells for women against men, because y'all have done it to us. When y'all stop doing, because y'all have made it increasingly difficult for people, for women to survive. And you don't think that women should have their rights. We can tell by the way you talk about women. You're very disrespectful. And usually it's because of your male counterparts that have put certain women in certain positions. You know, women have to figure their way out of that. And I'm not saying that we should tell young girls to sell their bodies. That's not what I'm saying, okay? We're going to assume they're talking about grown women that are seasoned, that have been through trials and tribulations and ups and downs with you men. And trust me, most of you, you can't even get a decent amount of child support, if not any, out of you. You don't take any responsibility. You blame it all on the woman, and then you judge, judge, judge. And you men, I don't believe that you're getting laid by any woman. I don't believe when you say that you having sex with a woman, I don't believe you. Why would a woman have sex with you? First of all, you're cheap. You know, you have allowed society to program you. You have allowed politics and religion to program you. Most women won't have you. So I don't know where y'all come up and find these miraculous women that would have anything to do with y'all. But I think it's terrible. I think that if any of you men walk up to a woman expecting some ass from a mother, you need to be prepared to do something for her. And if you fall short of that, that's on you. Now you can come over here and thumbs down all you want, but that's the reality. And sitting up here, broke men, I'm sorry, but see, women can call you broke. Broke men have used that game for far too long to hold on to women. All that no man will ever want you. You should be shamed. Kiss my ass is how I feel about the situation. Kiss the ass. And see, I say whatever I want. I'm getting up in age. I'm 43 years old, so I don't have to sit up here and pretend like, you know what I'm saying? I'm letting you know straight up because I am tired of men doing that. Then you'll say, oh, well, I had a man tell me that just because I'm old, I don't deserve a man that'll take care of me. What? What? Because I'm 43. And see, do you think I believed him? Do you think I went for it? Do you think I bought it? Oh, well, you ugly and, you know, you're kind of out of shape and your nose is kind of funny looking. You got a mole on your chin. No, ain't nobody gonna want you. You think somebody believes that when y'all say that? That's the poor man's game because you don't actually have what it takes to take care of that woman. And you shouldn't have never been bothering her in the first damn place. Okay. So while you men are judging women, you tend to forget about all of the atrocious things that men are doing to women. Okay. That's why you're out of here. Well, you know what, honey? My grandmother was 69 years old when she passed, and she was with her husband, not her husband, her man. She didn't have children with him, and he was with her up to the day that she died. So I don't know why y'all always say that. Oh, old woman. That's so stupid. You realize that I don't fall for that. And then the fact that you're in here trolling shows that you are programmed and you're stupid. No woman wants you. Stay where you're at. Nobody believes you and nobody wants you. And I can tell you what you can do with your fucking black magic and your binding spells. You can shove them up your butt. That's where they're going to go, right on up your butt while you over there with MGTOW. And I think a lot of these men that down mothers are gay anyway. So if y'all want to know whose show I was watching Tommy Sotomayor. He's gay. Tommy Sotomayor is not a straight man. He's not. He's gay. That's why he hates women so much. So y'all take your little gay selves over there and do what you got to do. Don't come over here now. Because I'm pretty sure that I look better than you, whoever you are. Also, 43 is not old. You've been calling me old. You've been calling me old since I was 30. I mean, come on now. You know, and I just keep getting younger and younger. And I would never waste my time pulling my hair out over a loser like you, whoever you were. Okay? That's why you're over there and I'm over here and you ain't nowhere near me. And you never will be. You obviously have low self-esteem as a man if you have to attack a woman about her age. that means that you have low self-esteem. If you have a problem with what I'm saying to you right now and you feel like all of a sudden you shouldn't have to do nothing for a woman just because she's gotten older, then honey, that's how you feel about yourself. And go get you a young woman and quit coming over here to my channel staring all up in my grill. Yeah. So anyway, y'all, I mean, now that we can have an adult conversation because half of these men are so damn childish. That was real Tars M. Man, you are childish, dude. Whoever you were, you are a little child that needs to grow up. And I'd rather have a man, you know what I want to do? I want to pull a man from the era when women were treated like goddesses. I don't want none of these updated ass niggas that's running around here ignorant. I don't want none of y'all. I like men with chivalry. I like romance. I don't want to sit up here. No, you got things messed up, honey. And take that back over there to Tip Tap and Flappy Neck. Take that back over there to him, honey. So black men are quite obviously in competition with us, and it's sad. It really is. I swear to God, it is obviously some kind of machine that is controlling half of these men. It's got to be. And they claim it's a woman. I think it's another man, personally. I think that they are gay. They play around with women. They don't want to do anything. They cheat. I would rather see a woman have a temporary 3-month relationship with a man and come out with it with some money from him. That's what I would rather see. So, if you can't do anything for a woman, you need to leave her alone and get the hell away from her YouTube channel. These nakers are pathetic, girl, on YouTube. I swear to God. And y'all all over here just because y'all got them goddamn swamp rocks over there for women, watery legs and shit, about to die of a damn heart attack, Adam's apples and shit. Just because you got them kind of women over there that's willing to pay you, get away from this channel. We are valuable over here as women. Those women that take you out to dinner and spend money on you men, they don't value themselves, maybe because they're not valuable. Now, if you've been involved with somebody and you like, okay, ain't no that's but I'm sorry if it's obviously you, and like a lot of these men act like it's like, God, did you get your manicure today? Did you get your pedicure? We don't want another woman. Then they accuse us of being gay. That's when it's time to go away. Because I think that you got it confused. We don't want another woman. We want a man. And many of you guys look like men, but you're not actually men. So maybe you lug heads would stop being online talking about, what are they doing? Oh my God, grandstanding and shit. None of y'all are family oriented, and we shouldn't have had children with a lot of y'all. Then, don't have children with one of these nakers. They want you to be a slave for them for the rest of their life. And half of them are making babies for the welfare system. They are. They are making babies for the welfare system. They'll make a baby, kick a woman down, destroy her self-esteem, and then look at her and say, why you on welfare? Look at you. Look at you. Why don't you go down there and get some welfare? I will throw hot grits on your ass. And then also, you can't mistreat a woman just because she had a loser in the past, because 60% of you niggers went out and smoked crack anyway and other drugs. Half of y'all on drugs. Then you look at women and judge them for being lesbians and expect them to sit in a damn dark room all damn day. Many of you men are evil. And that's why witches are here, to get in that ass with the spirits. That's why we here. Because I know, you know what? We can fix them. Men can be fixed. Stick a damn stick straight up his damn spine and put a root on his ass. That's exactly what they deserve. They, they don't even care about the history of the woman. They don't even care about the fact that the woman is the original slave of you men, especially you biblical men. And we don't like y'all at all. We wish that your leader would come back and get you so you can leave this planet. Trust me. We would love for them to take you to the planet of Zapnock. If we could rid the planet of you types of men, chivalry would come back. And they done, religion done ruined so many. When chivalry died with religion. Kill the woman, beat the woman. If you rape the woman, just give her father 50 cents. Go give her father 50 cents. Hey, sorry I raped your daughter, and we don't like men like you. I don't know why y'all, and we don't have to submit, and we won't submit to that. We won't. We not, and we won't. And that's too bad. Go somewhere else then. Learn how to leave people the hell alone. Or either change yourself, make yourself better, become a better man. Become a better man. And quit. Why are you on a woman's channel? Why are you on my channel, thumbs and down? Why? Because you're broke? Hold on. Closet, somebody said, and I didn't see your message show up on the Streamlabs. Bella said, closet gays, real men don't hate women. Right. Thank you. They are telling us their sexuality when they express that hatred towards women. Exactly. They are closet gays, or they feel the need to impress men more than women. Now, I've seen that a lot. Some men are very susceptible to the judgment of other men, even if it's a bum. They respect the opinion of a bum and not an alpha female. Like the beta bum, his opinion matters and counts more than his own sometimes. Bella says to stop and cease and desist from expressing your oppressed anger towards women. Yes. And then you know what? Everything will fall into place. And then also what's crazy is that these people like hoes, but then they complain about them. That's what's crazy. They don't go for a woman that's at home with her family. No, they feel judgment towards her. So they're all mixed up and confused. And trust me, we don't care about none of your opinions. We wish that you would change and do better. Okay? We wish that you would change and do better. But unfortunately, we know that you won't. Many of you won't change or do any better. Okay? So I don't know what to tell you. And honey, I done seen women that I've seen women of all ages, races, find them a man that has some respect and some good sense. We don't want to hear it anymore. We're tired of that. Y'all been playing that same game in the dirty, piss-filled sandbox since y'all were 5 years old. Ugh, you ugly. I'm going to throw dirt in your face. Man, grow up. All they know how to do is hit the thumbs down. They're so in defense. And then they wonder why we don't want to be bothered with them. And honestly, I'm just speaking what I feel. They're so emotional. If you don't like the things that I am saying, or either somebody programmed you to believe otherwise, and you found out Leave this channel. Why are these people over here? Look at y'all. I just realized that y'all been over here thumbs and down. A bunch of broke men, 8 broke men thumbs down my video. Broke and probably ugly, probably bad in bed, horrible in bed. Thumbs it down. You broke, you horrible in bed, you don't know how to talk to nobody, you don't know how to have a decent conversation with a woman. You only know how to have ignorant conversations with these ignorant men. And it's really difficult to level up with those types of men. But you can do it. Especially if you've had one of them in your past, it seems like they hold on, like, God damn, they hold on forever, knowing they shouldn't have never been nowhere near you in the first place. Especially my ex that I have kids with, that dude, oh my God, he was a horrible father. He was a horrible co-parenting partner. He was horrible at everything. He was horrible in bed. He was a horrible father. Just the worst ever, and he's the main one. It's men like him. We don't want men like you. Damn, man. And you know what? Many of us had to learn the hard way. You know what? I can imagine that all of the responsible, respectable men that came to the chat thumbs it up. They was like, I respect what she's saying. These men out here are ridiculous. Where you kind of broke, disadvantaged stalker men are online begging for $5. There's a man somewhere out there right now just giving $1,000 to a person, or just giving a couple of $1,000 just because he can, while you sitting up here struggling and trying to create more struggle in the lives of women. Okay, and it's totally ridiculous. And then you say, look at all these women, they're trying to be hoes. Y'all make us hoes. Y'all made it that way. To you, perception is reality. And the fact that you look at women like a foreign object, you have no connection with this fucking planet. Because when I look at the men that I love, they are my earth. They are me. I am molded to them. I feel such a pull to them. Y'all act like y'all don't have no connection. It's just pointless, blank. Nobody wants to make love to you. It's dead. When your chivalry is dead, you have dead sex. Period. Nobody gets excited about it because it's not exciting. People like real emotions and passion, not fake, made up, and contrived. So even if a man has money that and can take care of me or can help me, you know what I'm saying, run my business, and we can be partners in this, he still has to be good in bed, because a lot of y'all do not know how to connect with a woman in the bedroom. And then you go, and then outside of the bedroom, look, if you have a problem with women outside of the bedroom, we know you have a problem inside of the bedroom. We know, trust me. It's probably just as robotic and with no feeling or emotion or nothing, because you're hiding behind a mask of a man, but you haven't actually emerged as a man yet, because you know what? I've been angry at men before. You know what I'm saying? I've been angry, but I've never made a permanent decision to try to ruin the lives of men. Not ever in my life would I ever do anything like that. So many of you men, y'all are DT 1000s. Okay, Dick Tracy 1000. So I don't deal with that. I'm sorry, I cannot contribute to your narcissism, because your narcissism is going to kill everybody. So it's it's going to have to be where you release yourself from that emotional bondage, because And especially with me, I don't know about no other woman. I know I'm a Cancer, and I enjoy intimacy, and I enjoy emotions, and I enjoy compassion. All of this, and you hear them, they're always in social media, though, but they're claiming that they're having sex with all of these women, but yet they're always in social media talking about who they screwing. I don't believe anybody screws you. I don't believe, they think that they are masters of the universe because they had some extra money to pay prostitutes. That's totally different. You're paying that woman for her time. She don't love you. She's not going to heal you or nurture you. Okay? She's there for the time being, and then she leaves and goes home to her husband, aware of who, or her pimp. You're setting yourself up for a downfall. And you're going to fall, trust me, right on your heart. And then a woman is going to step on it. As you fall, there's going to be a woman walking down the street to step on it. And you need to go through that. Men have got to go through that transformation. Us women can't keep doing all the crying for you. Y'all have got to do it. Otherwise, y'all all going to have heart attacks. The more and more you deny your heart, the sicker you men are going to get. It's gotten to the point where if they snatching body parts out of kids so that they can live longer with this bull crap that's tearing them down. So as a woman, am I saying this to you just to hurt you? No, I'm saying this to you because this is the truth, and it's the real harsh truth that you need to listen to. Now, those of you that choose to listen and wake up, especially you men, I am proud of you. Today is the day to do it. And it's not let a woman walk all over you. Do you let me just put two and two together for you. You realize that if you were to get some anger management, calm down, you know that the woman would never have a reason to raise her voice to you or be disrespectful. Respect is a two-way street. And you got to stop downing single mothers. You don't know those single mothers, so stop talking about them. There's somebody right now that needs to be flagged down for hate speech too. We don't want to deny people their freedom of speech, but I want you guys to take all of that information that you hear on here and take it with a grain of salt. Now, when men get hurt by a woman, it just devastates them to the point where it can destroy them. But what you men do is you gravitate towards, women gravitate towards the man that is going to treat them right. Men gravitate towards women that aren't going to treat them right, and they'll have a woman there and they'll take it for granted. So you take women for granted as a whole. Men take women for granted. And I don't know if it's because there's so many of us, or, supposedly we're outnumbered, or we outnumber men 7-1 or something. I don't necessarily believe that. I think it's just a lie to keep us all set up. Trust me, the way that the world goes round, but so many of our men are in this mental prison that they can't seem to get out of. And then especially what I was going to talk about, I had a show set up to where I was going to talk about how Black men especially don't allow Black women to be feminine. And the way that y'all do that is y'all are attacking the mothers. Y'all don't allow these women to be feminine. And y'all try to purposely create mental illnesses and mental symptoms with us. Y'all are purposely doing that. Just like when a man is cheating with a lot of different women, and he'll say, oh, you're just insecure. No, you're making me insecure. So men have a responsibility. And when a woman puts that responsibility in your hands, you need to cherish it, or else you will get karma. Y'all doing way too much these days, and y'all keep taking women in and out of this cycle of abuse. Okay, and before you judge a woman, judge yourself. Because if you were actually judging yourself, you would be able to see exactly what was going on with that woman, and you wouldn't be confused. And that's another thing. You men need to open up your third eye. We are tired of y'all being, sleep on everything. A lot of you men act like it's just a question mark, and you act like you can't think any deeper of it. And so y'all really can't stand spiritual women that can see past the veil. The veil and the wool is still pulled over y'all eyes. And y'all sit up here, you don't have good relationships with women. You don't have good opinions towards any woman. And then you sit up here and blame everybody. It's the same thing if a woman did that. If a woman went from man to man, purposely sabotaging the relationship, I'm going to tell her what she's doing. I'm not going to sit up here and say, oh, yeah, they was all bad. Because some of y'all can't even walk away a few months later and say, well, I can see and appreciate why that person came into my life. That's the way it's supposed to end. That's the end game, is when you learn the lesson and you appreciate the lesson and you learn from it. You don't go around for 10, 20 years slandering the woman. That's what y'all have been doing. And we have beef tongues and candles, so we're not worried about your slander. We tell you what you can do with that slander and them lies that y'all be telling. And y'all must be trying to make women hate men with some of the y'all just, sometimes it just look like a snake done took over y'all body. And y'all real easy and susceptible to demonic possession for months at a time. Hell, some of these men out here been demonic. Now I was looking at a picture of a woman that is demonically possessed today. So it's not just men, but I'm talking to men, real men. If you're a real man, you understand this, and you don't tell any woman, like, first of all, you don't have the right to judge that woman, to just walk, we're walking away from each other and you cursing her and wishing bad on her and stuff. What is wrong with these people? Obviously, if you cursing somebody and talking bad about them, you still want them. Obviously, if you talking about your ex and cussing them out and doing all that stuff, that means that you still want them. So, or maybe it's a situation where you can't be together. Do you know how to end the situation on a positive note instead of burning all the bridges behind you that you may want to return to? And many of y'all will mess it up for a lifetime. Some of y'all were meant to break up and get back together with people. Y'all do so much evil, ignorant stuff while y'all broke up that the person is like, the universe changes. It can be destiny and fate for you and that person to be together, but the universe can always change its mind. So, women are looking for real love. We are not looking for a business arrangement either. Yes, of course, it shouldn't even be a question. Yes, okay. Here's the way here's the way I'm going to start looking at men, and how we all need to start looking at them. The money is an automatic. When I look at men, it's money. Men, money. Okay. Provider, protector. I'm not envisioning you as anything else. That's what you are, and you're a lover. You're all of those things. You know what I'm saying? It shouldn't be, us women should not be debating with men about whether or not they should have some money in their pocket. Come on now. Is this a debate? And why would a man with no money even argue about that? The reason why a lot of women don't want to give it up for free is because a lot of y'all are kind of hoeing around, and that woman has to have some kind of security. You need to have some kind of emergency fund set up for that woman. And and you know what? If you can't afford the woman, walk away and stop trying to make her feel bad about herself. What is that? If you have an opinion that that woman is worthless, then walk away. She must not be too worthless because you can't walk away. A man should not be making babies and then sending a woman down to the welfare office. If you have babies, you should be ready to take care of them. So that's where we have a serious problem. And a lot of these women, a lot of women do not have a stable provider in the home. And you're going to say that it's all women's fault. I'm not going to let you do that. Hey, Violet, I'm not going to let you do that. So, you know, and from what I can see, it seemed like the hoes is the only one that be getting the respect for real. And that's probably because they charging you. Yeah. And you know what? I hate that. I hate that. I'm a nature girl. So I have this ongoing fantasy about, just, even though I want the money and the stability, I want it to be as natural and raw as possible when it comes to my relationship with a man. I don't want him to ever come to me and say, well, somebody said this, and then society over there said that. And that pretty much means that we can't be together because you're unacceptable. And it's like, well, why are we even having this conversation at all? Was there something that you was there something else that we needed to talk about? Because I think that it ended. I think that where it was over was when you questioned me and then you didn't appreciate me. And I have a real, and a lot of men try to program you to feel bad about yourself. Eh, I'm just telling y'all that's a mistake. Okay. It is. It's a total mistake. I think that men and women could have better relationships with each other. I'm not here to make you feel bad or to male bash. I am telling you straight facts that will hopefully maybe make the situation better between men and women, because it's going to have to get better, or we going to have another war where a lot of men are going to die. It just seems to always happen when, and I think people, every war that we have had, it was because of freedom and liberation. Most of them, somebody was trying to free themselves. And women, we cannot any longer be afraid to talk about our familial status, to talk about who we are. We can't continue to be afraid of judgment from you men, because it's like you can understand your buddies. You can even understand mass murderers, but you don't take the time to stop and understand us as women. And that's where you're making the mistake, especially you guys that don't like witches, because witches are amazing, especially those kitchen witches. My grandmother and my auntie, they were kitchen witches. We were never sick as kids because of that. And I learned a lot from my grandmother. I learned a lot from my aunties. I don't care what nobody says. They did a good job, because as you can see, I'm not on drugs. I'm not out there doing crazy stuff. I'm handling my business. So I believe that even though me and my mother, even we didn't have the best relationship, evidently somebody must have did something right, because I feel that I turned out okay. And I'm very proud to be a witch. I'm proud to be a healer. And I think that if y'all stop for a second and trust and give it a chance, us women might be on to something, because we were told to be quiet. But it's like I've sat up here and cured and healed men. And you men are so bitter that y'all don't even want to acknowledge what we did for you. And that's not appreciating that. You gotta be like, you know what? You know how I look at it? I don't even look at it from a bitter standpoint. That's just like my ex. I'm gonna stop talking about him so much, but I bring him up because I had many, many years of struggle and problems because of him. You know what I'm saying? And so, Hold on, guys. I'll be right back. I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. That's just like with my ex. You know what I take away from that relationship? My two beautiful daughters. That's what I appreciate about that relationship. So, looking back at all of my relationships, I found some good out of it that came out of it. But I know that there's some people, a lot of men, especially y'all like to focus on the negative, and y'all going, I think that it's been this way for a while to where women, because Tammy said, she said the problem, okay. Violet is the one that said that. She said men aren't as strong as women. Why is that? It's just that, you know what, they're supposed to be as strong as us. Women are supposed to be taken care of and protected. And it's a natural, normal thing for us to be pregnant. This world is all screwed up. They have, no woman should be walking around infertile, but they are because of men and this whole prostitution thing. They're the ones that created the field of prostitution. Men created that field. And it's just that there's some women that, while they can be in their higher selves, even a person that is selling their body can be in their higher selves and have intelligence. But it's still that they're sort of using that to sustain their life. You know what I'm saying? So Tammy said, Tammy said, honey, I make them for the better for the next one, but I have to stop doing that. Well, you know what? Guess what, Tammy? That means that you have good karma. That means that good things are going to come to you. That's what that means. As long as they not disrespecting you, stalking you, coming to your page, thumbs and down. And these ain't even people that I've dated. These are people that wanted to, I guess wanted to, but they sad. Look at them, thumbs and down. And they refuse to accept it. And you don't want to be rude to them. I'm not going to date the type of man that doesn't believe that, literally, okay, this is the type of man that I won't deal with at all. Like, I'm going to cut you off at the door. Like, you not even welcome over here. Okay. I sold a Gen Hex remover like a week ago, like a little over a week ago. And this man was live and said I was lying about selling that ritual, even though there's several people that have it in their cart, and I've sold it before on that particular website on Etsy. And so a man that doesn't believe that a woman can make money, I don't want nothing to do with you because you don't know nothing about money. We are on two different wavelengths, and I don't even know why you would even be looking at me. See, I'm an entrepreneur. You see what I'm saying? I'm a business owner. I have people that are ready to invest thousands of dollars in me. So I can't have none of you men running around here doing that and, trying to say that a woman can't liberate herself with her body. A woman has the right to do what she wants to do with her body because you do it. To be honest with you, a lot of these women are modeling after men. They're not even modeling after women. Even when you look at ancient art work, you see the women, they usually laying in the bed all pretty, curved up and stuff. And the men are usually out in battle. And so something must have happened at some point, you know, and to just have this environment established to where you smile for the public, but you're in pain and tears and suffering because, well, because they all believe in that Bible, so they love that Bible. They love it, and all that Bible did was separated us as a people of as a that's all it's done. So I mean, I don't know. The things that I'm saying to the universe right now, like there's people just like, the person that came in and tried to say something about my age or something. I think that they think that women, when they get older, that their confidence goes down. And I don't know where they got that from. Probably their own mothers. Probably their own mothers, because men model after their mothers. So if you have a mother that, does like what I did, dress up, you know what I'm saying? I don't always dress up, but when I clean myself up, I look nice. If they never had a mother that did that and they mother just always down in the dumps, sitting there drinking a 40 every night, you know what I'm saying? Their perspective is going to be different. They're going to have a different perception of women altogether. And then also, if their mother was, you know, um, negative, didn't believe that you could make life better, you know how Jamila is just a ray of sunshine. If they mother was totally in darkness, then they're going to look at somebody like me as a foreign object. Oh, thank you, Violet. Thank you. You're going to look at somebody like me like I'm abnormal to you. You know what I'm saying? And, when you bring it all to YouTube, there goes that social interaction and you can see the difference. It's like, well, we don't even understand why you even keep talking about this person because there's no compatibility at all. First of all, I don't deal with anybody that doesn't believe in progression because all of us have had to progress because many of us were not born with the silver spoon in our mouths. So we had to earn our silver spoon. And the fact that these men are laying around hating, they want you to be broke just so that you will have a reason to date them. That's really why they want you to be available for them. And women are not here just to be available for you. That's not why we're here. Just any woman you want, you just snatch her picture, her videos, and you posting them everywhere. It's disgusting. It really is the way men act. And you know what? When, as a man, if you see a woman in her panties and her bra and she's dancing, there's nothing wrong with what she's doing. What's wrong is your judgment. That is fact. You are seen as more of a problem than that woman because that's her sexual freedom. If a woman wants to be naked, where do you think we had the revolution of Playboy magazine and stuff like that? Now, I think that with some of it, it may have went a little bit too far because sometimes I feel that porn has kind of messed sex up a little bit, But I mean, even back in the day, they had those old type of porns. I don't know if y'all ever tripped off of vintage porn. It's pretty interesting, like way back, and you can see the difference. You can see the difference on how they treat women these days. I mean, they are just doing, and you know what? It is a frequency, it is a spirit, and it does come over women. It does. It's a spirit. It's actually happened to me before, to where you just kind of want to be treated, like the dirt on the ground, and maybe that has something to do with, you know what I'm saying? Maybe it's got something to do with us all being raised under the indoctrination of this is bad, it's bad, it's bad. No, the fact that you separated the man and the woman was bad. We didn't have all of this dishonor and men sleeping behind, and because nobody's hooking up. Like, first of all, what is the point in getting married if you're just going to sleep with other people? That's one of the reasons why I didn't want, that's why I still ain't married. It made no sense to me. I'm like, wait a minute. You've already cheated on me. Why should I marry you? I think that if you're going to have like that kind of relationship, that you should not necessarily be married. A marriage is a union between the two people, you know? Oh, it does. I grew up in the NWA era with rap music and stuff, and I grew up during the Dr. Dre era, Snoop Dogg, and that is when it started. But we can no longer continue to blame it on that. We've got to make the change within ourselves. So, for example, for me, you know, what we can do if we've dealt with that kind of ignorance is to not respond to it with ignorance, because it's starting to get redundant anyway. I'm just really honest when I'm talking, and a lot of people appreciate that, but then a lot of people don't. But I just say things straight out sometimes, you know what I'm saying? So, and I don't otherwise, and I feel like this: if you a man and you want to sleep around, and you a woman and you want to sleep around, that's your business. Why should it affect me? And if you're doing that, you don't even have to feel some type of way about yourself when it comes to me. But I like to let it be known that I'm not like that, and I never have been. I have always been the type that will stay at home crying and waiting on him to get home. If you want to call me a masochist, if you want to call me stupid, fine. Don't worry about it. I don't judge you and your love life. But the one thing that I want to tell you is that I do believe that men should do for the woman that they're with. They should. You should be doing something for that woman. And if it's just a temporary thing, then stay yourself away from that woman permanently. Otherwise, for me, I would never get with a man that just wants a free hoe. No, thank you. No, thank you. And many of them do. They just want a free hoe. Am I lying? They don't want love. They don't want romance. They don't want connection. They don't want tantric love. They just want a free hoe that they can dump. Okay. They can do a cum dump, and that's fine. That's literally. But you shouldn't be saying, "Oh, I love you. Oh, you're my wife." Keep it where it's at. And when y'all start doing stuff like that, that's when you're trying to create, so and that's why I don't get involved like that anymore. I've tried to do that. I don't get involved because usually men, when they get into a situation, if that's what it is, it'll be is what it is, and they not gonna change it. So for me, I feel more comfortable with establishing some kind of relationship or commitment first before I even think about having sex with you. And I have the right to say that at any age. Women don't just turn 40 and become free hoes. Okay, we don't just turn 40 and become free desperate hoes. Mm-mm. You know? And it's not like us women have to go out screaming and shouting and stuff like that, even though a lot of times we get angry. We get angry because because women in general are being treated so poorly and taken advantage of and taken for granted. Okay, so women need that insurance. Okay, she need to pay her car payment. You gonna come over and you gonna, promise her all this stuff and not pull through and then leave her high and dry. If she's made you give her some money, then and really, to be honest with you, what's sad, and this is the trap I don't want to fall into. I don't want to deal with a man like this that feels that you're more valuable just because he gave you some money. You know what I'm saying? I don't like that. I don't like that. You should value me out the gates. You should recognize me for who I am. And I shouldn't have to prove myself to you either. You'll be 39 next month. And every woman got to turn 40 someday, and they be trying to act like you over the hill But I think that that's another that's called population control. You know, for some reason they want to lower the lifespan of humans on this planet. And some of them, they can't wait to get your soul because they do want your soul. My man is 27 and I don't like that. You think he's too young? Yeah, I don't like you. I'm not really that. I'm into more older, mature men. And men around my age kind of look at me as too old, even though they have gray hairs all over their body. So, to be honest with you, I'd rather go up and step it up to an older man like 50 or 60. I sure would. He can still make babies. And many times, these older men these days can be more physically fit and healthier than the younger ones. And they can, but it just really depends because I've heard of men in their 50s and 60s that are worse than a 20-year-old man. You know, and it's because they feel like they ain't never got a chance to play around. Trust me, it ain't nothing to write home about. I'd rather have a man that is a virgin. I would, who would, like, for some reason, people think that the more sex you had, the better it is. I mean, sure, you learn something, but the sex depends on the connection between the two people, how good or bad the sex is going to be. So you could be virgins and have sex and it be the best thing in the world that you've ever had. And you don't have to have a bunch of experience with a bunch of different partners. So having a bunch of sex with a bunch of different people does not mean that, you know what I'm saying? Like, so to be honest, you know, I would rather personally have somebody that's only been with one other person. I'm not going to automatically expect for him to have had a bunch of sexual partners just because he's a man. And I don't even want to hear about his other sexual partners or people in the past. I don't even want to talk about it. So especially with me, if I was saying to somebody, if your ex showed up in social media stalking me about you, I would not care. I would be able to totally ignore her. She would have to jump in front of my car in order for me to even see her. I put exes just where they belong. For real. That's good, Tammy. It's nothing wrong with that. I'm not saying that you have to go out and be with multiple people, but there's people that do that and they have a choice to do that. And, it's not the right choice for me. And I've always found there ended up being like this competition like my whole life. And I'm like, I'm sorry, I'm not in that. I like love and romance. If I could right now, you know where I would be? I would already be married to the perfect husband. I would already be married to the perfect man, and we would be in the woods off the grid. We wouldn't even be worrying about none of that stuff. There would be no Bibles within thousands of miles. Okay. So that would be my dream because all of this stuff, like, I'd rather just go off like and go to an island or something and just be somewhere else because people, their frequencies just, and it seemed like everybody wants to come at you. It's I've at least that's what I found. I understand sometimes when family does it, but if you just hating, you just hating. And I've seen a lot of people hating, so I don't think that people should, allow a bunch of people to control how they feel about their partner or their relationship. I think that it's not up to them. And I would cuss somebody out that came to me about my partner about anything. Many of y'all emotionally cheat. Y'all let people assert their opinions on the person that you're with. It doesn't even have to be sex to me. It's the closeness when I love them, but sex is healthy and the closer one can get to another person. Yeah, sex is healthy and it's the reason why you said that is because it's healing. especially those of us that were sort of forced into celibacy because, we were kind of trying to leave a bad situation and trying to heal from that situation. And for some reason, a lot of you men think that you don't have to show respect to a woman because she has kids. You don't have to show respect to her because she's older or she's a certain age or whatever her income bracket is. You feel that you can disrespect women based upon that. And y'all act like these men act like they are all in a club together and we are on the out. And the only women that are welcome in that club are the women that are willing to totally disrespect themselves 24/7. Yeah. So, so anyway, y'all, I was just sharing my thoughts about that. I will see y'all later. Okay. Hope y'all enjoyed it. Hit that thumbs up, subscribe, and all of my contact info is in the video description box. Okay. All right. I'll see y'all later. Y'all take care. Love and light.